Could I see some of these games? Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how the project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to be checking out Seismic, a race for survival during Seismic Armageddon. This is the 62nd most popular project in games right now. Fight your way across an infinite board to gather blueprints and build your escape ship as the world ... So, no player length, no time count, no age, no mechanisms. You say I'm building an escape ship, but what does that actually entail? Is it deck building? Is it whatnot? Yet it's funded, and it's nearly funded. Here's one thing I gotta say. I feel like Facebook advertising really works well for Kickstarters, because I check out a lot of Kickstarters just like this, where it's obvious to me that they probably paid a good deal to get this advertised on Facebook, yet a lot of times those games don't look great. And I'm not saying this one doesn't, but I remember when I looked at the Facebook ad, this is the big selling point. This big purple component here that's going to, it comes apart or it does something fancy. And I look at the front and I say, oh, it looks like they're doing a good job showcasing to me that there's components and there's going to be really large components. But other than that, meh. Like, what am I looking at? Is it just more mechs? Is that what it is? Okay. I need more. There's a lot of games with minis of mechs. Like, a lot of them. As the world crumbles around you, 2 to 6 players. So once again, this was cut off. This is cut off. I think you should bump that to the front, because that's pretty valuable information. As always, when we go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
Kepler 62e is falling apart.
Like the subtitles.
Our endless terraforming has brought humanity's new home to the brink of extinction. As the ground falls into the lava below, each of the players' factions is racing to build their colony ship. The first faction to launch will set off the final fracture event, dooming all those left behind.
Build the ship, escape. Okay.
Seismic is a fast-paced game of all-out war on an infinite board. Each player commands dozens of units at once while facing battle.
Like, that's really good shots right here. That looks really cool. Honestly, I feel like this shot, like, that looks way better than, I think, the main image. And I know we're not focused as much on the minis, but, like, that looks cool.
Dozens of units at once while facing battlefield chaos and ever-evolving challenges. Awesome table presence meets accessible gameplay.
Wow. That looks fun. That looks very useful. Holy.
In our 3-step turn sequence, just burn a card, play a card, and choose your bonus action. In Seismic, it's all about survival at any cost. Hack your way to the knowledge you need, or take hostages on the battlefield to trade for blueprints. As the destruction accelerates, our new home rapidly collapses into the lava, revealing powerful relics that provide special abilities. This mission is a meat grinder. You need to take control of the remaining cities to recruit the forces to build your ship.
There it is.
When it's time to launch, will your conscience hold you back, or will your crew tell you to punch it?
So different scenarios?
Seismic comes alive on the table with high-quality minis, from the jetpack-wielding power mechs to the centerpiece colony ship towering over the board. In the end, only one player will make it off the planet. No second place and no participation awards. Don't be left behind. Fight, build, launch, win.
Okay. I want to play that. That looks fun. Looks like it's got a lot of cool plastic. I mean, that's what people love on Kickstarter. It's already $67,000, nearly across the finish line. 400 backers have brought it to be. So, first created, so they backed 235 things. Star Reach Games was founded by game designer Jason Blake in 2016. A decision fueled by his quest to find the game he really wanted to play. As an avid board gamer, Jason has studied and enjoyed hundreds of games before his vision for Seismic became clear. Unable to let the concept go, playtesting of the game began with early prototypes in 2017. Wow, this is all great stuff to know. I gotta say, I feel like this is a really nice about the creator section right here. And this 235, it backs it up. It's like, hey, I'm an avid gamer. I play tons of games. This is what I wanted. Like, this is the game that I've always wanted. I've played tons and tons of these games. Which chances are, if you clicked on this, you'd probably know a whole bunch of them if they showed like the specific stuffs. Yeah, Lords of Vegas, the Dice Tower, Castles. Yeah, so lots of stuff. I've played I'm an avid Kickstarter. I'm you, okay? After 6 years of in-depth research and development, Seismic has now arrived at the launchpad ready to thrust gamers. So I gotta say, I feel like that was a really well done About Me section there. Can you do it? You know, I'm gonna lean more towards yes than no. It's the first game. We'll see how much stuff they're making. You know, if they're making like 3 expansions and playmats and stuff like that, then there's a bit of concern. I'm looking at you, Mythic Games. I'm doing a video on them, by the way, which because they just had a big thing with Siege 6, a Kickstarter they did, and it's oh my gosh, it's so bad there. It's so bad there. Like I'm going through every single one of the comment section of the Kickstarters, and it's hard. Anywho, hopefully not on this one. 2 to 6 players per game, 30 minutes per player, ages 14 plus. Love seeing on the marquee. Is a dynamic sci-fi strategy board game for 2 to 6 players. Sit on the dying surface of Kepler-62, so we're talking theme. Why back now? Kickstarter exclusive pledge for the ultimate seismic experience to take your fight to the next level with a larger board, custom markers, sculpted 3D terrain, and over 200 minis. Ooh. Cool. This should be away from... Oh my gosh, hopefully that wasn't giving me feedback. Once built, it's time to get your forces on board and blast off the factions, do the thing. This game is built to make sense. This game tells you the rules as you play. This game plays so darn smoothly, I want everyone to back this game. It's built to make sense. This game tells you the rules as you play. This game plays so darn... as seen, as played on these, so we've taken it to places, we've tried it with people. Yeah, that quote, like, I get it. Like, it's the game plays so darn smoothly. Because some games do feel clunky. I guess that's better than a lot of the quotes I see, but I still think it's a great quote. 820 millimeter diameter. I wish you told me the inches there, because once again, majority of people here, United States of America, dominating, nearly 10 to 1 over Canada. Landscape hexes, large stitch things, fracture tokens, blueprint, got it, stuff. 4-player, double-layer player boards, 18 faction boards, each was up to 4 special abilities and unique cider set. Now that's hot. That's that board I saw in the game that I was impressed by, and now I'm seeing 18 of them. That's great. Have you hit me with the price yet? No, we're beating around the bush here. Okay. My estimate, based on what I'm seeing, I'm going to guess this is $130 plus shipping. Just shot in the dark. Shot in the dark. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to be in and out here at about $150. Depending on the number of minis. And yeah, no, it's just 150. That's my prediction. The 3D mount terrain pieces, the 3D habitat buildings, like this is a full-out deluxeified 60 of the big pieces of plastic and the things, and lots of plastic, and the toys, and nostalgia, and cool, you build the thing and the stuff. We're not telling you the price, though, because we want you to, and then you tell me more millimeters, which, once again, I'm from the United States of America. Heck, you're from the United States of America, Mr. and Mrs. Texas over there. So please, inches would be fantastic. I know people say, but that's not the measurement you use on the miniatures. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But you could put both. You took the time and effort to make a really nice looking graph here. You know what? You just squeeze this down a little bit, bam, pop the inches on the other side. And now you're helping out the majority of your backers. Not the minority, the overwhelming majority of your backers. Over 6 inches tall. That's great. That's great. I do like how this is the one time where you're like, maybe we should give them inches just so they understand. Which, yeah, cool. It's really a very significant game with some of the best content and components in the industry. I love what you've done with it. And the deluxe version for $250 is worth every penny. Okay, so well, I was not anywhere near the ballpark. We're at the $250 range, of course, because that's just how we roll on Kickstarter. And say, because once again, this is what is this? This is a 3-hour game. So this is at 6 players. The highest player count's a 3-hour game. It just blows my mind. Like when I see Terraforming Mars do this, I say, okay, that's fine. Terraforming Mars, much beloved game. Give me that fully deluxeified with all the stuff, with all the things, with the crafted fancy landscapes. But when you're a first-time game designer, yeah, like that's where it's like, yeah, cart in front of the horse here. Like, what if this game sucks? Like, and I hope, obviously, it does not. I 100% hope it's not. But what if it does? Like, these are the kind of games that just scare me about the Kickstarter bubble that I think we are in.
Hello, well.
So this is insane, handcrafted. This is the gigantic board that you're buying for $250. Okay. And, oh, there's a retail edition. Yes. Okay, so there is a retail edition. Cool. Still don't know the price of the... I guess I did. I guess you kind of dropped the price in a quote. That's interesting. That's an interesting choice. $250. I don't feel that. I don't feel that. Maybe I have to watch the video to feel the $250. I was really, so where's the gameplay video? That's what I want right now. If I'm going to splunk $250, which, let's be quite honest, that's what you want me to do, and that's the typical Kickstarter standard. And I'm already predicting that that is the most popular pledge level here, even if the retail edition is very reasonably priced. So we got all the gameplay stuff just in the version that it would be if we didn't have Kickstarter being ridiculous, which it is. Tech chip field display system. Ooh, that looks cool. That looks really nice. That looks neat. Like that. Great. Good stuff. Nobody's buying this, though. It's just not. Or maybe it is. In which case, you know, then we have a whole different discussion. Because typically when I check out these Kickstarters, that most popular pledge level, that $250 pledge level right there, dominates the retail pledge. You know, 8, 9, 10 to 1 most of the time, if not more, depending on the project. So now we're just into, hey, it says stuff with the things. So this is a playthrough?
Hey, everybody.
Cool. There it is. There's what I want.
My name is Jason. The orange, and I will buy.
Okay. Got it. So that scares me. That scares me about the rule booklet. Oh, no. Here's one gameplay.
Hello.
Okay. Cool. So there's the gameplay. If there's only a gameplay for a complex game done by the publisher and creator of that game and not by any other, you know, people in the industry, that always concerns me because a lot of times those are the worst rule booklets. Those are the games where they get the good ratings from everybody at the beginning because that person specifically teaches the game. So good to see this one here as well. Previous testimonials in focus. They put a lot of money for these videos. They chunked out a big chunk of change for these videos.
Hey, I'm Alex.
So they got all their ducks in a row. I fell in with the action selection mechanism right from the beginning. It was fantastic looking miniatures and a very open map. There's a lot to like about Seismic. So I do like the fact that we're focusing on action selection. This guy's put tons of time and effort into creating this beautiful game, and it really shows when you're actually playing the game because it's so smooth. It's so easy. Once again, I want you to focus on what the Quackalope quotes have actually said. And once again, I don't put this on Quackalope because I didn't watch the video. I put this on them for putting the quotes here. The only thing they're saying is it's a smooth game. Play smooth. What does that mean? Like this guy's like action selection mechanism. I like it. Like, yeah, give me some meat here. I think there's a lot of exceedingly clever ideas. The theme is very, very cool. It looks really great on the table. There's a great toy factor here. The minis look cool. The board looks cool. It's a showpiece. Okay. I want to break down this quote because there's only one thing here that's really that useful. I think there's a lot of exceedingly clever ideas. The game had clever ideas. Okay. Themes, then we talk about the theme, how it looks on the table, how it's like a toy, which I said in the video. Like, it's just, these quotes, they're interesting. Jason Blake is clearly a student of troops on a map game. There's generally some great stuff in Seismic. It's marvelously thematic and everything fits together in a pleasing way. I like that quote. The turns are pretty simple and straightforward in this game, even though the game looks and feels, and it's pretty epic. So that's what I think they were trying to get with the smooth quote. I think Dan nailed that a lot better. I think they're saying the same thing, but I think this quote goes a lot better. It's pretty streamlined from a rules perspective. Yeah, that's Dan. Good on you, Dan. That quote to me, okay, now I understand the Quackalope quotes. Seismic, better. Seismic, one of the best games I played this year, definitely the best so far of 2023. So this quote actually sounds different from the other ones. This one actually sounds like, hey, this game's fantastic. Everybody else, I don't know. It didn't feel that way from the quotes, and maybe it's just the quotes. And then maybe it's just me being someone who has to give quotes sometimes for games that I'm not the biggest fan of, and being like, all right, what can I compliment about this game? It was a little bit of everything sprinkled with just the right amount to make such a brilliant and perfect game. Seismic was one can't play cool. Real quotes for real players. I think got it. Real player testimonials. Wow, cool. We still don't know the price, by the way, except for one mentioned in a quote. So I'm not the biggest fan of how far you're making me go to get that. Convention after convention, you spoke, and we heard you. Introducing modes for solo and co-op. Is that mentioned on the marquee? Why is this buried? Like, here's the thing. If it goes 1 to 6, don't tell me it's a 2 to 6 player game in the marquee. Now, granted, I couldn't even see it in the marquee because it was at the end of the marquee. But I would spotlight this some more. So this is out. There's so-op, and I thought there was cooperative. I thought they kind of mentioned that in the video. Yeah, this is weird that this isn't spotlighted a little bit more. If you look at like the relative position on the page, like this is 80+% down, along with the price and the shipping, which is super annoying. Choose your tier. Here we go. Pledge area. So $100 for the wood one? Wait, what? Okay. I guess there's a lot of cardboard. Huh. Then we got $250 for the plastic. I will say there's one thing I think that is really working for this game right here. And that is the fact that I'm not really worried about the retail edition of this. You know what I mean? Well, actually, I might be. Ooh. Lots of plastic models getting Games Workshop Bob and pricing. Yeah, here's the thing though. They're making 2 print runs of this. That's where because these are very separate. I got my Spidey sense just tingling a teeny bit, and I don't like it. All right, so 25 for retail, 60 for deluxe. I do like that. That makes it very clean and clear. There's only 2 pledge levels. Let's check it out. 106 people sitting on the fence. 30. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So the core experience. So are all these going to be the retail edition? No, so there's a retail edition, and then there is a deluxe edition. Because I thought maybe what they were doing was they were just going to do all retail editions, and then there was a deluxeified upgrade pack, but that doesn't seem to be what's going on here. It looks like this is, in fact, 2 separate print runs of the game, and then this one has currently 33 backers. Now, I have made one game in my life, and I will typically tell you most companies are going to give you at a bare minimum a 500 print run, and some of them that I saw were 1,000 print run. Maybe that's changed. Maybe it's actually gone down since then. And maybe it's because they have such unique components that they're doing it through someone else. But you got to realize that they're going to have to make a certain print run of both of these versions of the game. And when we don't even have 500 on either of these, that leads me to a bit of concerning, especially when it's a first-time Kickstarter maker and they're doing tons of plastic. And we see companies like Mythic and Monolith and other companies like this that are known for their miniatures games having issues with the miniatures, with this, with that, with the other thing. And like the Spidey sense is tingling even harder here. Like I'm very nervous about this one. Ooh, I do like this. 10 pounds of 28 pounds. That's awesome. These boxes are massive. So I would, and this is why I think this should be way higher. Cool. Short of delivering these by our own private colony ship, these are our best quotes. Okay. So shipping now seems reasonable when I realize it's 28 pounds. It's a massive box, 10 pounds. Okay. So we got the people, made the stuff. Panda Games, going through Panda Games. Awesome. 2 print runs through Panda Games. That's pricey. That's pricey. It raised. I would not be surprised if this one. I would not be surprised if this one ended up relaunching potentially or retooling the campaign or something. Because I'm just concerned. You got to make 2 print runs of the game. Do both versions of the game support 2 to 6? Yes. Wasn't there? Huh? Was it solo? You said. Remember, you mentioned the solo. That wasn't a fever dream. There was solo content down here, right? Where was it? It's chaos. At the start of the game, determine the active missions found in your recovery files rather to maintain the unit. So yeah, it's a solo. So these are just variants. They're under internal development and subject to change, but will be available for public playtesting on Tabletop Simulator in the coming months. Huh. Okay. Back to the FAQ. Man, there's a lot about this Kickstarter. It's off. What about the solo co-op play? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Head on down past the thing to go there. We can't mention it here. Where can I learn about the game's 6-year development journey? What are the key differences between the retail and core edition? This is it. Great question. First things first, both editions include the complete cinematic gameplay experience of the Seismic. Cool, you got everything. Gameplay all in. The retail edition is $99 in an affordable format display designed for retail, featuring Star Reach Games' signature tech chip field the display to represent units on the board like a virtual whatever. Why does it include our system core, the tremor that was here? What are we talking about here? So these are 2 very distinct things you're buying. Okay. I was really hoping it was just going to be a retail edition with the pack, because then it's different. It definitely is different, because then it's a 500 print run of the games and a 500 print run of whatever the pack is, the fancy packs. Wondering if solo and co-op were just created mid-campaign. Yeah, that feels not wrong. So let's see. A new video transmission, our first stretch goal. We had stretch goals? Did I miss them? I normally love stretch goals. I normally geek out about stretch goals. Did I miss stretch goals down here? Where did those go? I know you haven't hit your thing yet. Was there stretch goals? How to play? If you did have stretch goals, you definitely didn't spotlight them very well. Oh, so this is the stretch goal? No? Okay. Okay. So I didn't miss it. It's just not there. So here we go. Our first stretch goal. That gets the people excited. People love stretch goals. As we head into the day 4 of the campaign and fly even closer to our funding goal, I want to thank each and every one of you for your early support. My gratitude knows no bounds and words. So here's the actual thing set up. Wow, that looks great. That does look really cool. Based on some of the chatter and over the comments, a bit some of you here for this last bit. That's right. It's time to announce our very first stretch goal. Drum rolls. At 75K, we'll be unlocking Seismic 19 faction, the Singularity. Okay, so I'd have some sort of thing propped up for this. At least put it on the main story in bold up top or something. As the game isn't over the top already, there is where things get really weird, funky, and so this makes me wonder how much content isn't in the game that we see. If they were hoping that this was going to be like one of those CMON type things, which, Jesus, CMON, you are killing our industry by having other people copy you. It's like after Jackass came out, and everybody, including myself, I'm not throwing shade here, I jumped off my trailer park roof into pools of water. Like, that was me, tried to copy it and got hurt. And that's going to, like, there's so many bad habits that CMON's able to pull off that I see other companies trying to do, and it's just dicey. As if the game, so what percentage of the game are we not actually seeing if this is just, because this is a big deal. Like, this is big. This is what people want. This is a great stretch goal if you're crushing your stretch goals and hitting a whole bunch of stuff. Join the fight on Kickstarter. All right, so what do we got? I love the new faction. What a cool concept. It's a nice way to bring players with playstyle comfort zones not as in line with the main faction. There's always that one in virtually any game. We can't wait to see the game made. Keep some extra content up your sleeve for a second print or an expansion. Absolutely love that you still have more content for a completely new game already. This is madness. Gimme. Okay. I'm going to guess that the community actually has a relatively high percentage of people that are new to Kickstarter. I'm just taking a stab in the dark here. 22. And you say that doesn't sound like much, but when there's 400 backers, that's what? That's 1 out of every 20? 1 out of 20? 5%? I feel like that's pretty high. Luckily, thanks to the beauty of Kickstarter, we can see that. So let's see. Let's just go to another popular one, and let's see if we can actually break down the percentages. Because I love to do this sort of stuff. Okay, maybe not. So what's 5%? So what's 10% of this? 343. 1% would be 34. Okay, so this is like 2.5%. I don't know. Numbers are hard. Anywho, continuing. Let's go to the comments. This game looks awesome. I've held off backing things for a while. Passed on several games I was very interested in, but this looks like something I couldn't miss. Honestly, if it had more funding than it does, really hope for its success. It doesn't. It looks very well made. It's thematic. I love that it breaks that 4-player cap many games hit. It's different, and I do as well. The 6 players, that's awesome. It's different from other games, and I'm excited to see it. The only downside, faction names with such a beautiful thematic games, it seems counter to the rest of production have goofy puns for factions names. Okay. All right. Final grade for this one. And once again, something about this game is not clicking with people. And that's evident by the fact that we're 66 in the popularity on Kickstarter right now in games. And Kickstarter's not particularly strong on games right now. So something isn't missing the mark. Because I got to say, they got a lot of the stuff. Like, here's the bottom line. If this was CMON's new game, how much do you think does it have? 800,000? $1 million? 600,000? I completely think it would. Now, obviously, to try and compare this to CMON, totally different thing. They've got the infrastructure built in where they can say to tens of thousands of people, hey, we got this new cool minis game with the 6-inch miniatures on it. But I'm just saying, something here isn't hitting the mark, and I think it's the price. I think the price is definitely there. So let's give this one a grade. Do I want it? After the video, I was definitely intrigued.
Revealing powerful.
It looks awesome. It looks cool. There's a gameplay video. Oh no. Did you give me a rule booklet? I don't think you gave me a rule booklet. Checking my tabs, because I always click on that. Now, that does scare me. That scares me a good deal. Let's check that rule booklet. Is it here? Is it somewhere? Unbox it with Quackalope. Yeah, we know it looks pretty. And then I'm going to keep going while I look for this rule booklet. So do I want it? I would want to watch the video because this is a huge chunk of cash that you're laying down for one game. Like one game. And it's not like it's a system or anything. It's, it's just, and yeah, maybe this is the type of game. I don't know. It has a premium price. Like, here's the thing. Here's what I want to do. Twilight Imperium, 4th edition. How much does that cost? I just want to know. It's $120 on Amazon right now. Okay. That's not the deluxeified version, though. So pretty much, the cost of this game is Twilight Imperium. If you factor in the shipping, if you're just getting the retail version of the game. Okay, that feels like a fair comparison to me. Now, granted, Twilight Imperium is 100% a proven commodity, and this one is not. But, ballpark price-wise, at least on the retail edition, I say to myself, okay, we're not far off from other games of that ilk. Now, the deluxeified version, man, like that's just a hard one because it's not just $250; it's $310. Rulebook, you just missed it. Thank you so much. I want to check this one out. Where was it? Rule booklet, small, clickable. Oh, here we go. What do we got? Component list. Oh, and then this. No, here's the setup. Oh, this is the setup. Where's the picture of the setup of the board? With the pictures and the numbers and the, oh my gosh. Oh no. No. Sorry, I do a Fiverr for rule booklets, and I've read a lot of rule booklets in my life, and this one just gives me flashbacks of so many other rule booklets in my past. And I can, like, if I close my eyes, I can look at this rule booklet, and it already looks incredibly crinkly. Maybe there's a rip on one corner, passed around. What's the downtime between turns on this one? How many hands are going to be on this rule booklet in the game? Like, look at this. Look at this chunk of chain. Like, look at this right here. And I know this is an early version, right? Did they say that? I would say that. I would 100% say this is a total work in progress. We'd love your feedback. But, like, look at just the amount of space. Like, this is just... And then art. No thanks. No thank you. And here's the thing, and I hate art and rule booklets, especially when there's too much of it. Because the bottom line is, if your rule booklet is not perfect, then you know what I'm going to say. Why the hell is this artwork in here when you could have put more information that's going to help me with your game? So, do I want it? Maybe, kind of. Yeah, I'd like to try it. I don't know about the price. I'd have to watch a gameplay and read the rule booklet. Honestly, that's what I put on you. Like, I don't feel like they convinced me enough where I'm just like, yep, Instaback, baby. But they have the information there if you want to check it out. So, kudos to them, because a lot of companies don't do that. So, do I want it? Not quite yet, because how much is it? It's a very premium price. You know, it's the price of Twilight Imperium. I'm getting the retail edition. It's the price of $310 if I get the other edition, and that's not even factoring in if you're outside the United States, which I didn't like. Did they mention the shipping from outside the United States? Because I imagine it's a lot. Yeah. So yeah, Canada. Oh, Canada. Go Canada! You got it cheaper. UK get it cheaper? What the hell? Well, Australia got it cheap. What? What? You're from Texas. What? That's so weird. When does this happen? When do you go to a Kickstarter run in the United States of America and the United States of America shipping is the worst shipping there almost? That's so weird. Oh, because the VAT's going to be charged. Okay, so you're going to get jacked hard by the VAT. Okay. Ooh, do I want it? It looks cool. It does. I totally said, hey, can you do it? And this is where I have to just look at numbers and be scared. Like, this is where me as someone who has made a game before and have seen some of the costs that you were like, oh, shoot, we almost screwed up. Like, there was, like, I'll be honest with you, the one game I made, I didn't make any money off of it because we ended up screwing up something and have to do, like, it was, like, it's hard. It's hard. And seeing that these are two very large games, two different versions of the game. They're going to have to manufacture two different versions of this game. And you're telling me you're going through Panda GM, you're going through Panda Games with a 33 print run? Now, I know this is not yet completely done. So you say, oh, yeah, it's still got, what, a couple days? You know, it's like a couple weeks, sorry. But it's been up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. I don't see there being a huge run on this one unless something happens. And I don't, like, you already, you dealt out all the cards you had, all these big name videos that you paid for, which kudos, and I'm not knocking that. Like, you got one from Board Game Geek, you got one from Quackalo, from here, from there, from everywhere. Those are expensive videos. I don't, logistically, on the can you do it, I'm just concerned. And if you're not, like, please, let me know in the comments. And maybe it is a pretty high funding goal, so that's kind of it, $74,500. That's actually a lot. That's a big chunk of change. Okay, now that I look at that number, I'm less concerned than if it was, say, $34,000. But still, yeah, that does make, I don't even know. Because here's the thing, I'm trying to think of how much it would even cost to manufacture a monstrosity like this. Like, with all that stuff and all the moving parts and all the moving pieces, it scares me. It scares me. I'll be honest with you, this game has my spidey sense tingling so hard. And here's a question that I ask routinely, and I keep saying to myself, and I should say it, I guess, in every episode before I give a grade. If this game was not in backers' hands 3 years from the time that the Kickstarter was launched, would I be shocked? And I don't think I would. Like, this just, because there's so many things that could go wrong when you make a monstrosity of a game like this. And that's great. I love games like this. I got a whole shelf full of games like this. But it's concerning. It scares me a little bit when a project like this doesn't launch off as much as you clearly know that they were hoping it was going to launch off when you have all these big name content creators lined up. And because I imagine they're paying for Board Game Geek, and I saw this, and once again, I saw this on Facebook. So, like, there's so much here. Final grade, damn it, I gotta give it. I hate giving it. So before I give a negative grade, I was like, what do I like that they did? I felt like the video did a good job, like giving me a good sense of spectacle and awe, and it looks cool. And the actual game, don't get me wrong, this game looks damn cool. Like, there's no means, except for that rule booklet. That rule booklet does not look cool. That rule booklet does not look cool at all. But the actual game looks fun. Okay? What else did I like, though? I think they did a good job showcasing the components in a lot of this. That's really solid. I think it's just mostly the price and just, because these look great. They got all the videos. They got the rule booklet. I think I'm going to see. I'm just going to go hard C. Hard C, but I personally would be scared to splunk down $310 on this. But then again, if you paid for all these videos in the front end, you know what? You know what? I'm going to go with the hard C. And I do feel a little bit more comfortable with the can you do it. Because here's my line of thinking. If you can pay for these videos in the front end, because this is a lot of money here. A lot of money here. Is that a how to play? No, it's a preview. You can probably, if this doesn't have enough money to necessarily do everything you want to do with it, foot the bill on the back end of stuff. And bet on yourself, which is not a bad thing at all. But I'm going to go with a hard C. A hard C in a Spidey sense. But let me know in the comments below, what's your final grade for Seismic? As always, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 17,000 subscribers in 2023 to make my biggest year ever. Bye-bye.